Hey there, guys, and a big welcome back to the Blaze TV podcast. Ed Kimberley and Stu Coles with you. On this edition, new Blaze forward, Mike Pelech. Mike, a big welcome to the commentary, Blaze, sir. Welcome to the podcast. Great to have you with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Now, listen, off the bat, because we know you were with Glasgow for a couple of years. Your brother Matt, he was in Belfast. Your brother Adam's been with the Islanders. I think he's about to go into year 11. You're a big hockey family, like right through to your uncle. He played in the NHL as well. I'm just thinking, like growing up, surrounded by hockey, those mini sticks games must have been pretty fun. It must have been a part of your life from the get go.
Yeah, definitely. Having my other brother, especially, he's 2 years older than me, so was always competing against him growing up, whether it was in the driveway or mini sticks, stuff like that. It was definitely helped me out along the way.
Skipping ahead a tiny little bit, I mean, we're going to talk about your time in the O, but you guys were, like you say, a couple of years apart, but you were in sort of that same age bracket where you probably would have competed against each other. Did you cross paths much when you were in the Ontario League, or no?
I think we only played against each other once in the Ontario League, but we got to play together pro a couple times in Utah, Worcester, and Rochester. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I think we're going to come on to your time in the coast in just a little while because you played a couple of games in the old ECHL there, so a little bit of ground to cover. But going back to the Ontario League, like the mid late noughties when you were there, the standard was just like it must have been incredible because. For context, John Tavares was knocking around the same time as you, Steve Stamkos, Matt Duchene, and that's just three like of the top guys that have kind of had long careers in the NHL. What was it like playing in the league at that time for you?
Yeah, I mean that was a long time ago, but yeah, definitely fun. It was a lot of really good players. I remember one game we played in London, and they had Gagne and Patrick Kane, and I think Kane had two goals that were on Sports Center top 10 the next day. So a lot of good players, a lot of skill, definitely at that time.
I mean, you hear stories of guys that drive across province, or we talked to Alberta guys that end up playing in the BCHL. But you kind of got to play a lot of your junior hockey, generally speaking, in the Greater Toronto area. That must have been quite refreshing, actually. Being close to home, have the friends and family come see you play quite a bit. What was the overall experience like?
Yeah, it was awesome. I got to live at home. I played in Toronto the last year that they played out of the rink in Toronto there, and then we moved to Mississauga, which was only like 20 minutes drive from home. So it was awesome. Yeah, just being so close to home and having all my friends and family there.
Getting the start in the O with Kitchener, kind of as a rookie, if you like, and then moving over to I guess the majors franchise with, like you say, Toronto, St. Michael's, and then Mississauga. That must have been a pretty good like switch. Was that a trade? And it seemed like it worked out pretty well for you because it gave you an opportunity to develop, grow into your role, and ultimately have some success.
Yeah, it was a really good move for me. Again, just I mean, Kitchener's not too far from home either, but getting to play in my hometown was pretty cool.
Tell us about the postseason in the Ontario League because, like, from the footage that we see, the intensity ramps up a little. I think it's the same in a lot of North American postseason. You got into the second round, I think, in your final year, where you also led the team in points, which is a pretty nice feather in your cap.
Yeah, I mean, again, a long time ago, so kind of hard to remember. But I remember we played. I don't know if it was the first or second round. We played Brampton, which was, I mean, a 5 minute drive down the road from Mississauga. So it was a pretty big rivalry that we had with each other.
Fair enough. And then I'm going to let Stu talk a little bit about life after that because you got drafted by his NHL team in the LA Kings. So, Stu, do you want to pick things up here?
Yeah, let's we won't mention it too many times. I'm sure once or twice I might drop it in. But yeah, the Kings drafted you 6th round. How did you find out? Everyone's got like a different draft story. How did you find out that you'd been selected?
Yeah, so it was actually not I got drafted the year after my draft year. I went undrafted my draft year and so I didn't find out till, I mean, I wasn't expecting to get drafted or anything, so I didn't find out till after. But yeah, it was a cool experience. I got to go to some development camps and play a couple years in the organization for Ontario Reign at the time was the ECHL team. Handful of games in Manchester, which was the AHL team.
And that must have been quite the, I guess, the relocation experience, because the confusion may come. The Ontario Reign is not in Canada.
No,
so it's Ontario CA being California. So it must, it's quite the move from someone who's played all their hockey in Toronto to then suddenly start playing it in California.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. I mean, being in California was pretty cool. It was definitely weird winter to be playing hockey in, but I had a lot of fun and learned a lot, definitely, playing my first couple years pro.
We'll sort of touch on a few of the stops in the ECHL along the way, but one of the things that certainly stood out to me is that overall record. You've played the most ECHL games ever for a skater. How does how does that achievement come about, and what do you sort of feel about it?
Yeah, I think I mean, when it happened, I was never expecting it to happen. It was kind of just year by year. I kept playing, and yeah, it was a cool accomplishment. I had my parents and my wife's parents come down, and they had a little box in the arena, which was fun. And yeah, it was a cool game.
It's certainly nice to have it recognised by the clubs and the league as well. That it's certainly a testament of being able to be durable over a number of years. Like keep producing hockey at that level for a long period of time.
Yeah. I was definitely lucky early in my career where I usually play every game that we had without injuries. So. Yeah, it was lucky and definitely lucky.
Yeah, and whilst you're in Ontario, we'll maybe like say a little while back, you played with a few of they played with a few Blaze alumni over the years. One of the guys in Ontario you played with was Mike Egner, who was won a playoff championship with the Blaze back in 2015. Can you remember anything about Mike and playing with him in Ontario?
I mean, a hard-nosed D-man is what I could remember. Played hard. Yeah, I mean, not much. I played with so many people over the years.
Yeah, I think we'll come on to the number of teams, I think, in a little bit, but certainly I think you pretty much captured Mike's style very nicely there. Solid big defenseman was definitely his style of play, and that's what he brought to the ice when he was with the Blaze. You had a little bit of success as well some years down the line. Cincinnati, you had a run in the playoffs there, a couple of game sevens. Talk to us a little bit about that year. What do you remember of sort of like that sort of going sort of relatively deep in the Kelly Cup playoffs?
Yeah, we went to the conference finals, I think, against Reading, and I mean, at that time, I thought we were the two best teams. I think Reading went on to win 4-0 against the team in the West, so that was still kind of difficult, but yeah, we had a great team that year, and few bounces our way, and we could have won it all, definitely.
Certainly when you get to game sevens in that kind of environment, it's that it's two very evenly matched teams playing against each other, and puck luck plays a huge role, I'm sure, in those situations. that team in Cincinnati, you were coached. Former Devils head coach Jared Scaldi was there as well, so he was there with you in your time. So there's links everywhere to UK hockey.
Yeah, he was my coach for 2 years, and I think we missed the playoffs the first year there, and then the second year we went on that really good run.
And that second year for yourself, you had quite a decent number of games in the AHL as well, but it wasn't like that usual arrangement where you've got that one team that you're going up to. Because if I get it right, you actually played for 3 different AHL teams in that season as well as Cincinnati. That must have been a bit of a head spinner. Like, what city am I in? Who am I playing for? What color shirt do I need to pass to? Like, how does that work for you as a player, just adjusting to all those different environments?
Yeah, so I went into that year just on a ECHL deal, so I was able to get called up by any team, and lucky enough, I got called up. I think you said 3 times that year. So that was great. I think that was the plan going into the year, to have those options.
Yeah, Worcester, Connecticut, and Peoria is what I have, and I don't know if it was multiple times to the same organization but certainly 3 different teams. So
they would have just been one at a time. And there was the one where I got to play. I think my brother was playing on that team too at the time. So, that one was definitely cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of ground covered and still a little bit more to go. So I'll pass back on to Ed.
I think this is the thing where you play for as long as you have, Mike, and had a super interesting career. You're always going to get people asking stories about the different places you wound up. And one thing I got to say, I'm a little bit jealous of, and I'm a little bit jealous of anyone that comes through the door that's played here, because you ended up, as you said a minute ago, winding up in Utah for a couple of different stints, a couple of years split down the middle in a couple of other teams. I mean, playing in Utah must be beautiful, man. I mean, it's such a pretty place. What was the lifestyle like as well as the hockey?
Yeah, so we were in the team was in Salt Lake City, which is an awesome city, and hockey was great. Arena was really good because they had the Olympics there a couple years before. I think I was there, so the facility was good. There was a practice facility that was awesome, and Park City was, I think, an hour drive away, which was a little ski town, which was a really nice place to go visit.
Got to spend the downtime doing some pretty interesting stuff. And I was trying to work this out because you've played particularly with Matt throughout your career in spells. I think it was in Utah that you guys were together the longest, and playing with him relatively regularly must have been pretty fun. Yeah,
that was cool. So he was looking for a job at the time, and nothing was coming for him. So I called him and was like, "Hey, do you want to just come get on the ice, play in Utah for a bit?" And eventually, it worked out where he was able to come. He got called up to Rochester later in the year, but it was awesome. I think I ended up getting called up to Rochester too later, and then we got sent down for playoffs in Utah, which was also a lot of fun. I think we went to the second round that year.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think in that first stint, it was 2 postseason visits. There's a 25-goal season in there. We just mentioned you played with your brother, Matt. It's a beautiful place to be in the world. You must really look back on your time in Utah fondly.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite spots. I think it was the longest. Well, I was there for 4 or 5 years total, maybe. So yeah, definitely the longest spot I was, and I really enjoyed my time there for sure.
And then hockey is a really strange world because you mentioned earlier that the run in the playoffs with Cincy and losing out to Reading, who went on to win the whole thing. You then end up in Reading in the playoffs with them. Again, a couple of grindy series, a couple of game 7s. You end up losing to Wheeling, who I think also might have gone on to reach the finals. It's kind of amusing how the hockey business works like that sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah. That was definitely another tough one where we had a really good team that year, and I think it was like double or triple overtime, game 7 in Wheeling. So yeah, that was a heartbreaker.
Was that another team that you felt could have maybe gone on to do it all if you kind of just didn't have that one bounce in the playoffs there?
Yeah, that was definitely a really good team. I think that year I got traded at the deadline. I was in Norfolk and we weren't doing so well. And yeah, I ended up there at the deadline, and definitely at the time it was a really really good team.
Like you said, you've played with a lot of different guys over the years, but Brandon Alderson, who you would have played, against for us, against for Cardiff as well. He's quite the character. He was with you in Reading for that year as well. What do you remember playing with Aldi? And I'm assuming you prefer playing with him than against him.
Yeah, definitely rather play with him. Yeah, I got along with him really well. Um, Saw him in the UK over the years. He was in, where was he, Cardiff, and then Coventry. Yeah, so talked to him a bit off the ice when over the past couple of years.
Always good for a food spot recommendation, Brandon. I learned that pretty quickly. He pointed out some spots that I'd never even heard of, and he'd only been here for a few weeks, and I lived here all my life. So there you go. Hopefully he has a blast next year in the Alps League. We love Aldi. Couple more stops. Greenville, and again, I think with the Swamp Rabbits. By the way, great name for a franchise. I think with things like the Ghost Pirates and the Swamp Rabbits, the ECHL is really outdoing itself. But you led the team in points for a couple of years. What do you think keeps leading to that personal success? Because we talked a few times here where you've had a big 25 goal season, you've done well in the playoffs. What do you think you can attribute that success to?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think just especially in ECHL, I mean this league, I think consistency is just one of the most important things. Taking it one game at a time and just preparing yourself for that, and not looking too far ahead where you get caught up in everything. I think that's helped me a lot over the years.
Because then I was going to bring you on to Atlanta, because pretty much the same thing. You had some good personal success. I think you ended up at 11th, T11 for scoring in the coast at one point, well over a point a game. Talk to us about playing in Atlanta, because the climate there must be a bit of a challenge at times. It's all hot and humid in Atlanta, Georgia, right?
Yeah, I mean the winters aren't so bad where it's actually pretty nice, but we didn't spend our summer there, so it's I think it's pretty unbearable in the summer heat wise.
For sure. I'm looking back on all those games with all the teams that you've been on, the postseason runs. Is there one, I don't know, moment or one year that was your proudest achievement, aside from obviously the record for having the most games overall in the coast?
I mean, I think my last year in Atlanta, I mean, it was the year I set the record, but I think that was my best year. I was coming off an injury the year before where I missed 6 months. So yeah, just coming into the season, I really wanted to prove myself again and have a really good season, and I was able to do that. So I think that was pretty special.
You sure did. I mean, that was a heck of a season, and kind of set you up nicely to come over to the UK. And I'll let Stu take that in a sec. But I guess for someone who's played as many games and as many scenarios as you have, if there was one do-over that you could have, like if you could turn back time and do one moment again, is there anything that sticks out in your mind, or are you pretty much a no regrets kind of guy?
I mean, yeah, probably about 100 things, but I try not to think about that too much.
Fair enough. That's probably a good attitude to take, I think. Stu, take her away, sir.
Yeah, and you get to the point you've finished that year in Atlanta. You've got that record under your belt now, and it is no secret that elite ice hockey league teams will look to the ECHL for recruitment. They'll look for guys who are consistent, point producers. They've got all the attributes. So what made you make the move across the Atlantic and come and play in the Elite League when you did with Glasgow? Or, had that opportunity come around before, and what was the sort of what sort of made you make the jump that time around?
Yeah, there were always offers in Europe and the UK throughout my career, but my wife really wanted to explore and travel a little bit, and it got to the point where I did also. So yeah, we spent this summer kind of looking what the best fit was, and Glasgow came around, and ended up there, and we loved it. We really enjoyed being in the UK, the culture, everything. So yeah, I decided to stick around for a little bit.
Yeah, and Glasgow in itself, the Clan have got a great facility up there, really committed fan base. What was it like playing up in Scotland for that year and a bit?
Yeah, it was cool. Definitely a little different than North America, with the fans being so into it and so involved, and cheering and all that fun stuff. But yeah, it was a cool experience.
Yeah, and if we're talking about fans being committed and loud, you had a little bit of time last year over in Budapest with UTE. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was cool. Morgie, the coach from Glasgow, was there, so it kind of just worked out where I went over, and yeah, it was again, it was different, very different than the UK or North America league, and took a little while to settle in, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely a cool experience being in Budapest for Christmas and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, former Blaze goalie Miklos Reiner was there with you, so
he's a very good goalie. So yeah, he helped us out a lot for sure.
Yeah, there's a number of we keep mentioning about the Blaze people that you sort of crossed paths with on the way, but now you've ended up with us in Coventry. What was it? How did the sort of like the recruitment process work? I guess why sign for Coventry? What's brought you here?
Yeah, so I wanted to play back in the UK next year, and yeah, it just worked out where we had a couple good talks, and everything aligned. So I was in and very happy with that.
Kevin is quite the infectious man to gets you really excited about playing hockey, and that comes from myself as someone who's never put on a pair of skates in my life. So he does have ability to get people enthused about the game.
Yeah, we talked a lot about hockey, about goals for the upcoming season, a little bit about last year, and yeah, I'm very excited to have signed, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And obviously, you've experienced Coventry as an away player. What was it like playing against Coventry over the past couple of years? And what was it like playing in the Sky Dome as an away as a visitor?
Yeah, I think it's one of the harder rinks for an away team to come into and play, and I think the size of the ice is a little different, and all that, and I remember it just being a very difficult spot to play. Which
is great to hear from Blaze fans, because that's it. That's what you like, because you don't want players coming in and being comfortable coming into the home rink. So that's a great thing to know. Just one final thing, and is there anything that you'd like to say to the Blaze fans that you'll be seeing in a little over? It's some weeks away now.
Yeah, just that I'm thrilled to have signed. I'm really looking forward to helping the team, coming over, and just working hard, and hopefully winning a lot of games.
Well, here's to that. That's a pretty good message to end things. So, Mike, thank you so much for doing this, buddy. We really appreciate it. As Stu says, we've only got like 4 or 5 weeks before the boys start heading over. What have you got on the agenda until the season starts?
My brother's actually coming to visit in a couple days, so we got a week and a half of fun things planned, and just gonna skate and continue training and all that. So I'm ready for camp.
Mike, it's been a pleasure, and we'll be seeing you in a few weeks. Can't wait to meet you in person. Guys, thank you so much for joining us again on Blaze TV, and we'll catch you again real soon. Bye for now.